Greetings and welcome to another Piston Talking. Although there's not really an intro to this one, because I didn't do one. It's a viewer special, and today we have two very special guests. One of them, I shall play a video from to introduce them.
Right tennis, this one's for yours too.
Enough of that. It's Matt.
Tommy.
Oh, Tommy. And then also special guest, Errol. Greetings, Errol. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Thank you.
Good. So, as is customary with these, how many of these have I done now? Is this 5? I think this might be number 5. A short video, and then just to allow my guests to introduce themselves.
Who are you?
Who are you, our kid?
Who are you?
Sir, Errol, we'll start with you. Who are you?
I'm Errol Ackman, and I wish I had a different name. I wish I was called James, as a random fact. And I can't drive at the moment. That's who I am.
Okay. And you are one of the Smashing Pistons community members.
Yes.
You are ever present on streamings in the chats.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And who are you long-haired person?
I forget. I was Tommy Dapper, but I believe now I'm Matt again. Well, I haven't got Tommy Dapper's ring imprinted on my forehead because I forgot it was in the hat when I put it on quickly. I'm Matt, YouTube gatecrasher or something, I believe.
YouTube gatecrasher.
Photo bomber extraordinaire. Or less extraordinaire, perhaps.
People will recognize Matt from my videos and from the Crankcases videos.
Indeed,
but won't recognize you yourself. They'll recognize your height.
Yes, the behind the camera footage.
That's indeed correct. So I thought we'd have a viewer's version of this. I did try and line up another YouTuber, but they kept letting me down. So we had a viewers one set up instead, which is going to be nice. It's going to be a nice little conversation, and then later we've got a Kahoot quiz about 90s comedy. So that should be grand. So I suppose my first question to both of you, and you can argue about who answers first. I don't mind. What made you start watching YouTube?
Do you want to go? You can go first.
Why or when?
Well, both.
I think mine was probably like around 2017, 2018, maybe.
Okay.
I had back surgery. So I kind of was less mobile, so decided watching YouTube was more fun.
And was that obviously while you were recuperating?
Indeed, yes. Yeah, well, I found out that I'd got a allergy to codeine.
That's not good.
Coffee. There we are. Coffee, mate. Do apologise. Someone was late for the late game back for the chat.
It's multitasking.
Indeed. Multi-method, actually. I think some of it may have just gone under the washing machine.
So you were recuperating, and it was just, I assume, something to do.
Yes.
And what about yourself?
Fine.
Yeah, me. So when I was in primary school, I just sort of did it because everyone else used to go on YouTube, and yeah, that's how I started.
Was there any sort of specific thing that you used to watch? I guess when you're school kids, it's kind of the stuff you watch is probably crazier stuff than.
There was a woman called Glozell Green. I don't know if anyone here remembers her, but I used to be obsessed with, because she was hysterical. She did the cinnamon challenge with the ladle, and
Right.
that was her most famous video.
The cinnamon challenge, is that when you just had to eat a spoonful of cinnamon?
Yeah, not a ladle though, and that she tipped
She had a ladle.
down her throat, and she probably knew what she was doing though. That's the thing. That's the whole point of it. So
I suppose YouTube's quite good at propagating sort of tricks and stuff like that, isn't it? I know the ice bucket challenge was set up for a good reason, but that was on a YouTube sort of thing, weren't it?
Either be first or be extreme. So you've either got to be the first one to do it or the most extreme with it.
That's a very good mantra, although I live completely by the opposite of that mantra. I do everything that everybody else has done in a more tame fashion.
I was really tempted to try and do this live stream from Giddy Edge, but I wasn't sure if I'd have a connection. I just thought, you can't really lose your nerve, can you? When you're on a live stream. I think it's 200 feet above the ground or something. So, it's quite a narrow path on a cliff face. There we go. I've had to find Kahoot. I'm laptoping it tonight. See, I want to be able to see the answers.
I'm just going to do a quick screen swap because Matt's in portrait mode. It's not showing my logo very well. So if I put Matt down there,
if you prefer.
No, it's all right.
It was just while I made a brewski and all that, you see.
So YouTube, what channel? I mean, it was already mentioned one channel. What sort of channels do you watch these days, Errol? What are your favourites? Let me ask you a harder question. What's your top 5 YouTube channels?
I can't answer that. I used to watch Alex's channel and stuff, but because basically when I had that accident, obviously Alex's channel is a lot about cars and classic cars, and I used to love. But since this, because I can't drive, I don't feel the same way. So I don't. Yeah. I just sort of scroll through and see what comes up a lot of the time, really.
Okay. And is there like a general theme that kind of attracts you to any particular ones? Like you mentioned comedy before, so have you?
Yeah.
Do you
a lot of comedy stuff, and actually, because I sort of like cooking and baking a bit as well. Not a lot, but sometimes. Yeah. And Delia Smith, so a lot of her videos. I've watched a lot of her videos.
Oh, I suppose that's another thing because it's from a creator's point of view. It's to me, I'm like really blinkered when I'm on YouTube. It's like literally just car stuff or things that people that are into cars are doing. Like Matt from Furious Driving does Clickbait, which is his second channel about cameras. But because it's about cameras, it's kind of like related to creating on YouTube anyway. But yeah, I never even think about looking for other stuff. And like cookery is one of those things. Like I wouldn't ever think, I wonder if there's to do anything interesting to do with cookery and culinary stuff on YouTube. And I bet there is. I bet there's loads.
Funny.
Go.
So I've never, up till a few weeks ago, this is true, right? I'd never boiled an egg in my whole life.
Oh, right.
Did a thing years ago in her book, one of her books, where she put in there how to boil an egg, and everyone was saying, oh, that's so patronizing. Everyone knows how to. But actually, if you don't know how, because I didn't have a clue, and she's got a very accurate method of doing it. So that really helps if you don't know, if you've never done it before. You're not going to know how to do it properly. So it's good to have it on there. Yeah.
And that is a very good point, actually, because, I mean, I'll come on to another thing in a second.
I can make a lasagna, but I can't boil an egg.
Boiling an egg, to me, I can never get them. Very rarely do I get them. I'll change it. Very rarely do I get them to be soft yolk and firm whites. Now, that to me is just guesswork.
Go on to Delia online. She's got a very good method.
Okay, I will do
very
that.
Easy.
What about you, Matt? What kind of rubbish do you watch on YouTube?
Mostly just MMA type crap and stuff that's going off with that kind of thing.
And for people that
not
don't
so much WWE anymore.
For people that don't know what MMA is, it's mixed marital acrobatics, isn't it?
Yes, in a cage.
In a cage. Mixed martial arts.
Mixed martial arts. That's cage fighting, but I've never seen any of them wrestle a cage yet.
I'd be worried if cages could fight. Can you imagine all animals in the zoo? They'd have right problems.
That's very true. It would be very engaging.
It wouldn't be very engaging, would it?
I've just seen Alex's comment on the chat. I know what you're referring to, Alex.
Which one?
She put Errol's got a pet cow. I know what she's talking about.
All right, okay. Well, that's actually a good point, Errol. I should go through the comments and say hello to people that are here rather than just ignoring everybody. So the first comment, surprise, was from Matt.
Ooh, I was waiting for that. Yeah.
And then the second one was from Alex, and she says, "Hello, people," and that's very nice of her to assume that it's only people watching, isn't it? Because your cat's there for a start. There we go. So, hello to everybody except Matt's cat, because it's not a person. Simone's here, and she says, "Well, hello there, people of the interwebs." That's kind of a bit of a mashup. Good.
Hello, Simone.
And he says,
Hello, Alex.
Diddling week so far. We all say hello to Dave. Barry's here. He says, "Hello, all. How are we?" I watched Barry's video earlier of Jefferson City, and it was like a zombie apocalypse. There was hardly anybody there. It was very strange. Simon's here, and he says, "Fair bit of diddling this week." And then Alex shouts "dinner thief," so I think we have to play the dinner thief video if I can find it. Oh, sorry, I found it.
Dinner thief. Dinner thief. Dinner thief. He's up. Dinner thief.
There you go. That's specifically for Simey Y, mate, Timsy's dad. Dick Dastardly's here. He says, "Well, butter my crumpet." No, thank you. Judge is here, and she says, and I'll do it in my best Judge voice. That's it. That's what she sounds like. If you don't believe me, watch back to some of my troll videos. That's not trolls you can hear, it's Judge. I thought Alex was just being a bit dismissive there, but apparently that's Judge's other name. So she's Juju, Judge, Julie, and whatever. That's 4 names. That's greedy.
There's a lot of names.
Too many names. Pingu's here. He says, "Now then, what is young Simon talking about today?" Very good question. Also, what are them emojis? Is that a confused emoji and then a superhero emoji? I can't tell. My eyes don't work for that. Oh, I've got my glasses on. That's why.
I'm on a tiny screen.
Matt, ironically, is on the smallest screen.
Yes, I'm saving the big screen for the quiz. I'm taking no chances tonight. I don't want to embarrass myself too much. I've got to make sure I can at least read the question and answer. Well, I suppose if I swapped to my phone, I could at least blame that as a reason.
I think Errol's using the most technologically advanced pieces of equipment tonight. I've got old, I can't even remember what make they are. Behringer fake Shure SM57 microphones, and my old desktop that I bought from off eBay for 200 quid. And it, by God, does it creak when I'm doing editing. It don't like it.
I had a Huawei tablet before, and that was a pain to use. This is why I bought this HP. And
yeah. Is it mine? This desktop I've got is a Dell, and it's an i7. But I didn't realize that when you're editing videos, it's actually quite advisable to have a proper video card. Otherwise, it just struggles so bad.
You were moaning about her in the pub the other day, so why have you got a laptop?
Go on.
Adele.
Hey.
Laptop. Cheeky, innit? Like music, but you'll use a laptop. Cheek of it.
Oh, I've just realised a problem we're having you on this, Matt. I can't just put your jokes on screen and not have to read.
You've just put a joke on screen, look. I'm here. Does that work if I kiss my phone as well then? There, will it work that way? There,
Oh,
we
that's
are.
better.
There we are.
Fantastic.
I find somewhere I can put it. I don't normally sit in this room, you see. I'd normally be in my little attic with me. I like
Oh,
above.
yeah, skylight. I thought that was a giant bass speaker then. It's a washing machine.
I wish. I've been thinking about doing that. So I think I'm going to put a sub in my spare wheel well. Oh dear.
I don't know what to say about that, Matt, other than we'll talk later. I've got some ideas.
It keeps my boot, you know. I've got a limited boot space.
What's your views on hi-fi, Errol?
Apologies.
No, I don't have any views.
You don't have any views. Do you have a hi-fi at home, or I suppose this is gonna sound really patronising, and I don't mean it to be at all. But back in my day, people used to have home stereos, but I assume people don't have that anymore. They just have Bluetooth speakers at most.
Got a record player still. I bought a new one last week.
Oh, so you're into vinyl as well then?
Yeah.
Nice. What records have you got?
I've got Scylla. I love Scylla.
All right, okay.
Yeah, and on that, she did. You know the song Alfie, right? I don't know if you've seen the film, but in the film, and it's actually true, when she was asked to sing that song, she said it sounds like the name of a dog. Now, I used to really like the name Alfie, but since I've heard her saying that, every time I hear the name Alfie, I think of a dog.
To be honest, I never thought of that until you've just said that, and you're right. It does sound like the name of a dog.
And then I like Lulu, and I've got sort of a big variety of stuff that I listen to, really.
Okay. Are they kind of like 60s and 70s sort of stuff?
Yeah, and then Lulu is probably my favourite, and she went on a bit. She sung a lot more than Scylla did. Scylla didn't do as much singing. Yeah. Her singing career ended much earlier on than Lulu. So, and there are others that I like. I like the speakers, and then there's some modern stuff I like, which obviously aren't on vinyl.
Yeah. Do you get a lot of reissues for artists like that?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't know what you mean by that, actually.
So, like, if you sometimes you find, I mean, I'm talking from someone that's like well out of the vinyl sort of
groove.
Hobby. Yeah. But do you, like, I assume, because like I've seen like reissues of like King Crimson albums and like a lot of prog rock stuff, and then more contemporary, like newer artists that re-release things from like 10 years ago. But I don't know whether you'd get the same sort of re-releases from the 60s.
No.
So that must make collecting them more interesting then, because you can't just go to a shop and order them, basically.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. What about you, Matt? Do you have a record player?
I don't know. No. In fact, I dumped a load of CDs through lockdown because I just got bored of seeing them sat there on a shelf. Not quite sure why. They were just like, they probably could have gone somewhere, but they were just really, through lockdown, I just got tired of dusting shelves and rubbish like that. And it's like, I don't even play CDs anymore, so they just all got fired in the bin. And I realised that I could have probably eBayed them.
You could have eBayed them, or Music Magpie.
Hey, Music Magpie, so we're going for the advertising now.
I have a confession. I had like a massive collection of Nirvana CDs, and I ripped them all onto my computer, obviously. But then I sold them because I thought, they're going to be on iTunes anyway. Like, everything's on iTunes, and it ain't now because they just keep taking off the old versions and putting the new versions on, and it's every time they change them, there's a little difference. And I wish I'd just kept them, to be honest.
I've heard that Ernest Bickle has a CD collection.
A CD collection, does he? I'm sure he'll tell us in the comments.
Oh no, he's not really coming up. After me.
Oh, Barry's got an interesting an interesting comment there. I've got a call with my boss at 3. I may be able to be on Boaty's live too, depending on how long it goes on for. So Boaty still does his lives, is what I'm getting from that on there, and that he also has guests. So that's quite innovative. Lives with guests. Udge says pumpkin spice latte for me, thanks. I don't know what she's on about. Someone said coffee. Yes, please. Oh, this is because I'm reading comments from 15 minutes ago. So this is welcome to my life when we're doing a live, trying to remember what you guys are on about.
Oh dear, that could prove difficult then.
And then Alex just says balloons. Well, I'm just going to leave that one there. Oh, and Rob's here, and he says, well, oh, there. So we have to play Rob's theme tune.
Well, hello there.
Hello.
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 Well, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, hello. I know you get upset if I don't say that. Well, hello there. Well, hello there. Hello. Hang on, I haven't said hello there yet. Well, hello there.
Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there.
Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello. Good morning. Sorry, hello there. Hello.
Oh dear. I sound the chilly. Hello.
It was some very good work by Alex. That
He was very kind to sit there and keep saying hello in all those different ways as well, wasn't he? What a polite fellow.
He's very talented. Oh, and look at this! As if by magic, Udge had asked the very same question.
Self there. Buster's looking at it. There we go. I still can't read the comments. Do find it on my phone as well.
This is like a little conversation going on about pets. Now then, Wheelie Yellow is a funny that should be Juju, not nom. It's not someone that eats cars, is it? Honestly, non-car channel. Although he does drive something. Now, I'd heard. I'm sure I've heard you talk about Wheelie Yellow, Matt. Or am I confusing something?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, so now this is intriguing because I thought I'd heard Dave say to you something about something being on Wheelie Yellow's channel.
Ooh. I don't know then. It was perhaps telling me a channel to watch.
So you don't know what Wheelie Yellow is?
No.
What about you, Errol? Do you know what Wheelie Yellow is?
No.
Ah. Then I will say no more, and I will just implore you both to go and watch it. It's basically it's a radio control van with a little yellow character in it, and he drives around really fast. But in his videos, they're only about 5 minutes long each. He does like little talking sections where this little yellow character's talking.
I've heard of that, but I didn't know. Yeah.
It is hilarious. It doesn't sound hilarious when I describe it, but it is hilarious. The last one that he's done is about because the story is that he quit his job in the big city and he went to live in his van. But he said, what was it? The problem with quitting your job is that once you've quit that job, it don't pay you very well. So he had to become a delivery driver, and then there's just little shots of his little van flying through London with parcels flying out at windows and stuff. It's really good, but I'll not spoil it by telling you anymore.
I shall give it a watch after the stream.
Question for Matt, says Alex. Does he work, and what job does he do?
Not presently, no. I was doing a bit of caring for my mum, but she's gone into a home for a couple of weeks today. And then I was a van driver, but unfortunately that went a little bit pear-shaped after back surgery, and then COVID cropped up. So I had knee surgery at the start of COVID, actually. month before the lockdown started.
Was it your fault then? Is that what happened?
Sorry?
Was the COVID your fault? Did it come out of your knee?
I caused it. Yes, it was all due to this knee operation. So yeah, not quite sure what I'm doing at the minute. I was waiting for a hip operation, but instead I became a carer for my mum, or temporary carer, which went on through COVID until today.
Until today. Quite a fair chunk. Matt was told me a few times before that he used to manhandle Formula One cars as part of his day job.
Yes, they used to have a used Formula One car that we used to take to trade shows with us. No engine in it, unfortunately, so didn't get to drive. Not that I think I would have. Did look a little tight. And a NASCAR that we used to get. Yeah, quite a cushy job. Yeah, I only used to work about 3 days a week and then just sit in a hotel doing nothing for 2 days.
What about yourself, What about yourself, Errol? What did you do?
I was a receptionist for a year, which I enjoyed, but then I was made redundant. So I'm now looking for another job, and I think I've got one, but it's only temporary, so it's a bit of a story. I had another interview today, but I won't bore you with it all.
No, we don't want to jinx it. Don't want to jinx it. No. What was it? What is it like being a receptionist?
It was quite intense. Most of it was okay. The bit that I really struggled with was when, like, if the drivers were really busy going here and going there, sometimes my colleague would always be very good at saying they can go there and then one can pick the other one up on the way and go there and pick that car up. And I couldn't, that coordination of what they're doing, that was the only bit that I really found hard.
Yeah, like the logistic type side of
exactly.
I was that word as well. I was just waiting and being polite until he's finished speaking. It is not as an ex-driver. Like, if people don't know how to do the logistics, it absolutely creates havoc. Like, it's a nightmare. The trade shows that we'd go to, and like people would book a venue, and they're like, "Oh, it's a massive place. It's got a lovely big car park." Yeah, but every doorway has got a footstep to it, and we've got pallet trucks with no motors. Nobody actually went and looked. Yeah, it's logistics is a very it's a lot more intense job, I think, than people realise.
Yeah, I mean, I could handle the angry customers, but it was just that part was always.
It's the angry drivers. The angry drivers are worse than the customers, because you can't, like, just wave it off or anything. The drivers are there, aren't they? Everyone coming yelling at you like you're getting stuff wrong.
Julie used to be a receptionist.
Oh, cool.
But mainly in hotels. I'm sure she'll tell us one day when she's actually appears in videos and stuff at gunpoint or something. Apparently Simon had an extra fish cake this week, so he probably is a dinner thief. Has anyone watched Project Nigel's latest video? Says Dave. No. I have.
Have you? Last night, is that? I have. It was last night.
Yeah, I think so. The one that everything has to go right now.
Yes, I saw that one.
Pingu's got a better question there. Matt, are you going to Backy D's tonight?
Oh, I've already been because I got a free meal. I won on the Monopoly. So I've had a free meal. Well, actually, it wasn't free. They charged me 12 pence because I wanted a proper cola.
That wouldn't stop you going again, though.
No, definitely not. 12 pence. I got 6 nuggets and a, what was it? A McSpicy or something, I think it was called.
McSpicy?
Yeah, something like that. I think. It was all right. It wasn't bad.
Raimi's here, and he says, Alex and I have a, hi-fi stereo. Yeah, I've still got a hi-fi stereo. It was does anybody know a shop called Richer Sounds? They are like hi-fi things. They're really cool. And I got, oh God, I was going to show my age. How long ago? It's going to be at least 19 years ago. I got the cheapest stereo system that they did that you could class as hi-fi. So it was like the basic good quality thing. And I've not used it for about 10 years. It's just in a cupboard. It never gets used. Never gets used.
I wish my record player was out and about, actually, because then I could have played 19 then, which I'm sure is somewhere in the house. There is a record player like somewhere in the cupboard. And I'm sure we have still got Paul Hardcastle 19 on whatever it is, single.
On 7-inch single?
Yes.
Wow. I say this every time we start talking about vinyl, but my dad somewhere has got the Sgt. Pepper album, the original pressing. And with that album, you got like a sheet of paper that had got like masks that you could cut out, and he's still got all the masks intact.
Oh, nice.
That's probably stuck in a cupboard somewhere. Udger just got cassettes. Very painful. We'll have to book you a doctor's appointment. Alex just uses Spotify, although she does have vinyl.
My mum bought. She went to the New Seekers concert years ago, and she got this. Must be really rare now. This it was at the Royal Albert Hall. So it was the New Seekers album at the Royal Albert Hall, and it had like a thing at the Royal Albert Hall, like a model thing you pull out of paper. And when I'm so angry with myself because when I was a kid, I used to rip things apart and break things. So I broke that set thing, and it's not there anymore. So probably would be worth a lot of money now.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing. It's like any collectible sort of stuff, isn't it? It's at the time, think about. I mean, there were a Smashing Pistons Facebook post about toys that I think Ross put on. I don't know whether Ross is on, but it were all like the toys from 1982. I think it were, weren't it, Matt?
Yeah, some good stuff.
Yeah, some of the stuff were like, oh, we had that and that and that and that. But I remember because we had the Millennium Falcon, the X-wing, the B-wing, and the Y-wing. The B-wing were my brothers, and I had, I think, everything else pretty much. But I remember cutting the guns off the B-wing when I got a bit older because I were making Warhammer stuff, and I wanted a massive gun for a guy. Can you imagine being that person now, just hacking parts off a Star Wars ship? Fool.
My brother did that to me, to my Action Man.
He cut the gun off your Action Man.
I was trying taking bits off it to repair his Action Man. There's 11 years difference between us. Yeah, he's 11 years older. Can you imagine like the difference of Action Man that he had as a kid and what I had as a kid? Trying to attach the arms, like mine had bendy elbows and everything. He just did like that. Didn't even have hair, instead of painted grey, like painted brown thing or something on its head. There he is, just dismantling it.
He got worse, didn't they?
Action Man.
Because I suppose the Action Man that you had like fuzzy hair, didn't it?
Yes, and the old eagle eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I had the Action Man tank as well, which is pretty much just one big moulded bit of plastic that were hollow.
Yes. My brother had that. But, yeah.
What toy do you remember from your childhood, Errol?
Oh my God, you're gonna laugh at this. The Doctor Who, I used to love Doctor Who, and the models. I had so many Daleks and things, and then also the Sonic Screwdriver. I used to love them. You know, the toy ones.
Oh
I
yeah.
would go to school, and you know the front gate doors where there'd be like a pin code thing. I would Sonic it and pretend that it actually opened the door, and actually somebody in the office probably pressed a button and opened it. Or I'd open a door that was already open, and I'd say, "Look, I've opened the door." And actually done that.
That sounds quite cool. It's just when you said school gates with pin codes on them, I don't remember them. Do you remember them, Matt? It's another thing to make me and Matt feel old. Remember when we didn't need pin codes on school gates?
Well, indeed, yeah. It's like, nobody wanted us. It's like, yeah, it's like, they did occasionally shut the gates behind us to keep us in. Yeah, I realised that we are quite old because I was going to mention, do you remember when things like, was it Smash Hits and possibly even Look In towards the later years?
Oh, yeah, Look In, yeah.
Vinyl, but it came with that little vinyl record and it was just a piece of vinyl that you put on the record. I think, did you have to put it on another record to get it to play, or did it play on its? I can't remember, but you could get it to play. And it was just a sheet of vinyl cut record shape. Yeah,
they did them in that. That were a thing that started off in the 70s. That there's still some under my dad's house because my dad used to be not a radio DJ, but like a mobile disco thing. So that's why he's got loads of vinyl singles and stuff. But under his house, they were like the records that he didn't use anymore. And in there, they were like, so they were like basically just like clear bits of plastic that were rough. But yeah, they were just really basic. I think it was Lexan, I think they call the plastic that it's cut out of. If we want to get technical about it.
I currently want to buy a doll on eBay that says it's haunted because there are so many of them, and I've got this fascination with the paranormal. But equally, I know it's kind of dangerous, so I don't want to rock the boat. I want to see something paranormal happening in front of me, but I'm too scared. And it's not really bad as well.
Not really the kind of thing you can just make happen, is it?
I don't know.
Maybe we should do a channel meetup where we just go somewhere with like night vision cameras.
Ouija board.
Yeah, like a Most Haunted.
Indeed.
If anybody remembers.
There is that one up towards Matlock behind the museum at Ambergate. There is meant to be an abandoned mansion behind there. Or there was the one where we went on your meetup to the pub with Carl and Rob and everybody. Yes, there was that place up on the right. There was the big old asylum or something. That
thing that you saw and nobody else saw. Maybe the whole thing was a ghost.
I nearly took my car over the edge of the road because I was too busy looking. Wow. It was like, whatever it is, Wayne Manor or something. But empty and spooky.
And close to a pub, which is always a bonus.
Yeah, Simon's only taking me because he knows I'm slow, so like the ghost will get me. Everyone's just going to say, "Yeah, Matt, you come because we're all faster than you."
Udjudge asks you two because she's obviously not bothered about me. I could fudge off. She doesn't care what my favourite film is. Also, she calls them movies. So, what are your guys' favourite movies?
Oh, right. Did she say movies or did we have to pick one? Because I was going to say normally you can't pick, but if I had to pick just one, I think I'd go with Stand By Me.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, I think it's kind of is, isn't it? It's like just, every bloke's perfect age sort of thing, really, isn't it? That when you're off with your mates and doing that kind of adventure stuff, especially as you get older and realise that you can't really do that anymore.
Is that because they poke a dead body with a stick and you've got a stick with you all the time?
I've never poked a dead body with my stick.
What about you, Errol?
It's hard to pick one, but if I'll pick a classic one, The Exorcist. I like the old. I know it's rubbish editing and everything, but it's a classic.
I thought Matt was going to say something then.
No, I'm just laughing at Dick's next question.
Okay, yeah, I shall get to that in a second. I saw The Exorcist not the first time round at the cinema, but when they every so often they do 20th anniversary or whatever. I saw that at the cinema. I liked that. I also saw which one were it? Alien or Aliens? I think it was Alien at the cinema. And I thought that was worse at the cinema than it was on telly because at the end, when you see the alien hiding in that ducting and stuff, it looked bloody awful when you can see it large. I also saw RoboCop at the cinema, and that was amazing. Right, let's see what Matt's laughing at. Wait, how far down is this question?
Oh, it's really, really down the low. He's asking what the best thing on McDonald's menu is.
There we go. Then you can answer that.
According to my cat, it would have to be the quarter pounder with cheese because she won't eat the nugget meat. She won't eat the McChicken sandwich meat. She won't eat Big Mac unless it's got Big Mac sauce on it, and then she'll probably lick the sauce off. Or normal burgers, but she will eat a quarter pounder, but not the whole thing.
A cat of
quarter pounder with cheese has got to be the best thing on the menu because, the cat said so. Who am I to argue with the cat?
And look, people are bringing up subjects, and I can't tell whether it's before or after we've already spoke about them, or whether people are just being precogs and knowing what's going to happen. But Simon says, do you remember those really flimsy vinyls that you got as freebies on magazines?
No.
Me and Matt do. We're old.
Yeah, I remember them.
Dick says, Action Man was made not far from here in Colville. There's a roundabout marking the approximate location of the old factory. I thought he was going to say there's a roundabout with a giant Action Man on it and an eagle eye in back of its head that you can look through its eyes and stuff. Oh, yeah, because that were another one, weren't it? There was the eagle eye with a thing which made you look side to side, but weren't the one that you could look through?
Oh, the Bionic Man had that, but I don't know if they did an
That was
action.
That was it, Bionic Man.
I've done an Action Man as well, you know, or something with that. Sure, they did other things. That mate had that. He had the black space Action Man thing or something. I had a mate that had everything at school. He had a Lego monorail and everything.
Oh, that was one of the first trainy things, that weren't it?
Yeah, he had like everything as a kid. So it was brilliant. You just got to go with everything, and then like you didn't have to tidy anything off.
Someone says, I'm sure I have Cliff Richard and the Shadows floppy record. Floppy record, that's a phrase that we shouldn't really band about too much. So we've been talking for 40 minutes. I think it's about time for a quiz. What do you guys reckon?
Yeah.
So people, get your quizzings ready. Let me put this thing up on screen.
Where do I go and Kahoot? Don't I?
Yeah. I'll just share the screen. This one.
And thank you, Alex. But yes, it's my mum, so obviously I would do whatever I can for her. But yeah, I don't always like talking about it because she feels that, ooh, look at me. Like that.
Yeah, it is. I assume it's quite hard for you as well anyway. But yeah, people go through a lot of stuff. And if anybody ever needs to talk about things, this is a good place to do it. Not necessarily on the chat and things, but everybody knows my email address, and you can message me on Facebooks and all that sort of stuff.
And me, but you may end up regretting it because and on and on and on and on. But they would have their on it, Harrison, and on. And my surname's Harrison, so I did used to get that. Harrison and on. Whenever.
There was some very good adverts in the 80s.
They were brilliant adverts. Like I think adverts in the 80s were probably better than television.
Pingu says, Matt is not ghost bait. He's a real boy.
Yes, I am. Thank you, Pingu. Somebody's standing up for me there. Let me get chased by the ghosts and whatever else is in those creepy places.
Simone confirms just how old she is by saying that her school had no gates at all.
They didn't mind that because somebody weighed them in.
Because someone weighed him in.
Something was said for our school.
Dick says, I bought my hi-fi separates 40 years ago, each item from a different shop, which is the proper way to do it. I later added a cassette deck from Richer Sounds. Good. I still have the hi-fi setup, but I haven't really used it for 25 years. I moved my speakers the other day, and one room's got something rattling around in bottom of it, and I'm hoping it's not a magnet off the back of one of the drivers, because that would be very depressing. Although I could glue it back on. Thunderbirds Tracy Island. I was never into Thunderbirds. What about you guys?
No, I didn't really like Thunderbirds, but I did like Thunderbird when I got to about 15.
Thunderbird?
Yeah. It was kind of a cheap 2020 rip-off or something, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. I remember my mate had, what was it called? I think it might have been called, like, Space Bird or something. There were two spaceships. There were a silvery coloured one and a black one, and the black one was supposed to be the enemy and the silvery one was supposed to be the good guys, but they had like some sort of thing in them that you used to fly them along, and they'd go, right, this is going to look silly, completely out of context, this will look like I've gone bonkers. So you used to fly them along like this, But if you tilted it up, it went, and if you tilted it down, it went like that. And they were amazing to me when I were a youngster. So I was like, wow, it changes like noise depending on where you're flying. That's so cool. And I can never remember what they're called. So there you go. If I could, I'd buy them again. Right. How many people have we got going on in this quiz here?
I'm in there, I think.
Which one are you?
I'm nicknamed.
Nickname. So we've got potato cutting, which I can only assume is Alex. Nickname, flimsy vinyl, floppy flipper, really floppy, free CD, e-money, floppy disk, floppy record, Aussie Steve, and Card. I mean, I can't guess who Aussie Steve is, obviously.
Not a clue. That's a very cryptic one, that.
Right, is everybody ready?
We must go and look at that Mr. Potato Head in Belper. Or I must, anyway.
Mr. Potato Head in Belper.
Yeah, it's like 6 foot tall in this shopping centre. I keep driving past it and seeing it through the doorway.
Oh, in Belper?
Yeah, it's at the Edinburgh Woolen Mill or something.
Does that ring a bell?
I'm not quite sure I'm old enough to shop at the Edinburgh Woolen Mill, though, so then if you'll let me in.
We shall check it out. Right, let's get on with this quizzes. I'm going to press start. Oh, I should have joined in. Bloody hell.
I'm so excited for this.
It's going to be good. I promise.
I believe you. Oh, no. That's
Not a clue.
I wonder if I can log in before this question finishes.
I've gone with David Swift. No, David Smith. Or Swift on my screen. It says I'm wrong. Don't listen to me.
Hang on, I'm just putting a nickname in. I knew that as well, so it's only fitting that I didn't get that one. Moving on to question 2. Oh, everybody got that one.
I got one right.
Sally Phillips, swoon. Question 3 coming up. What year was Linda Robson in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here?
I don't know. Somebody give me the answer. 2012, just because why not? What are the answers?
Oh, that was quite a big spread of quite a big. Oh my goodness, quite a big spread of answers.
You just made a noise.
I'll do a rundown after question 7. What sketch show did these 3 ladies write?
Not a clue. I put Smack the Pony because I don't. Right. Oh, it was. I didn't know any of the others.
Smack the Pony. It's one of the. To me, it's one of the comedy shows that you'd expect it to be repeated on TV now, but it's not because it was amazing. I liked it when they did like parodies of songs and stuff at the end.
Violence is never the answer, though. Smacking ponies.
At least they're not dropping dead donkeys.
That's very true.
Yes. Oh my God, I don't know this. I wouldn't know this. Wow.
I can't see the answers on my phone. I'm just pressing them as quick as I can.
Oh.
Who put birds of a feather opt out of receiving offers via email?
Why not?
Probably Alex.
Moving on to question 6. Name this 90s comedy.
Oh,
It's a
That's
tricky
cruel,
one.
that, yeah, that's cruel though, isn't it?
I have made it a bit tricky.
That's
you
a
have.
bit.
In space, in Shaun of the Dead, in Shaun of the Dead, in Shaun of the Dead. Oh, was he in Shaun of the Dead? Don't think he was. But if anybody watched Space, the guy that played Tyres, he's one of the zombies in Shaun of the Dead as well. Tyres was a fantastic character. He was like a raver, but he was always on some sort of raver's high, and there'd be like little cut shots of him waiting to cross a road, and then crossing would start beeping, and then someone would beep the horn, and then he'd just start body popping. Moving on to question 7. Where do Tracy and Sharon live in Birds of a Feather?
That's more like it.
This is more your thing.
Instant.
Bam! Yeah, lots of people got that right. Me not being one of
slow
them.
down, I might have a bit of a chance. Come on.
Apparently, these are the houses that they used. Isn't it random that they're not outside of each other? That is quite cool. Look how big garden is on that. Huge. Anyway, so question there was that question 7, I think it was, wasn't it? So after question 7, we have Really Floppy first, Free CD is second, Floppy Flipper is third, Khan is fourth, and Nickname is fifth. So moving on. In fact, let me have a look at the chat, see if anybody's put anything mind shattering in there. Free magazine CDs and other free CDs in the late 90s. Yes, I remember them well. Collected hundreds of them, and I've got loads pinned to a wall. That's quite cool. Why didn't you pin yours to a wall, Matt?
That's not a bad idea, actually.
You can't now. You've thrown them away.
That's very true. A record hung on the wall because it's just like a metal record with the vinyl stuck to it or something.
Yeah.
I've never played it. I think it says Ilkeston Ladies Choir, so I can only imagine it's going to be absolutely bloody awful.
My dad's got a record that's some choir doing some singing or another, but the only reason why he's got it is because he did the mixing for it. So on the back, in the tiniest little letters you can ever imagine, it says mixed by A. Jeffries. Now, he doesn't even say which Jeffries, so I could say it with me. Right, let's get back to quizzing. Question 8.
Quizzy.
Between 1990 and 2016, Birds of a Feather won how many awards?
Not enough.
Oh.
I don't know. Probably 12. I went with 10. Was it even on? So I went on.
It was 6.
I said it wasn't enough. It should have been more.
Should have been more. Moving on to question 9. True or false? The opening theme to Birds of a Feather was sung by Linda Robson and Pauline Quirk. It was true. It was true. And I was telling Errol a little fact that I discovered while I was doing this quiz earlier, that there's 129 episodes, but Pauline Quirk was only in 128. And something I didn't tell you is the theme tune for that 129th one that she wasn't in. They only put Linda Robson's vocal on it, so it's got half the vocal missing.
Was that a Christmas special? Do you know?
I think it was, yeah. Quiz time. So let's see where we are with the scores. So we've got Free CD, Really Floppy, Aussie Steve's moving up the leaderboard, Floppy Flipper, and Khan. Moving on to, I think I just heard Jack. Moving on to question 10. How many episodes, including specials, of Birds of a Feather are there?
Hello.
Nobody should get this one wrong.
Thank you, Simon.
I can't believe 4 people got it wrong. It's like nobody listens to anything I'm saying. Oh, Matt's appeared. Moving on to question 11. True or false? This is the cast of 2.4 Children. True or false? Oh, I'm supposed to be answering questions, aren't I? I've not been answering questions. Oh. It's true. Does anybody else remember that program?
No.
Do you remember it, Matt?
I remember it, but I didn't watch it.
No.
But you
I'd
remember.
completely forgot about it until I was doing this quiz, and I typed in comedies from the 90s, and that popped up, and I was like, I remember them people, and I remember the program being really good, but I don't remember anything else about it. And now I'm looking at that picture, I'm wondering what caused that. I can't tell. I think I need to watch the program again and find out. It seemed like the original version of My Family from memory.
There was one I came across the other day by accident. I can't remember what it was called. But there's a really starky young boy in it, and he was funny.
There's loads of cool comedies from stuff like that, and a lot of them are like the family ones as well. Are like, I don't know. There seems to be a lot of them, don't they? They either seem to be family based or like Friends. It seems to be those 2 types, and that's it. Moving on to question number 12. Which one of these did not appear in Birds of a Feather?
Oh, shit. I got that wrong.
Philip Schofield. I'm surprised that Richard Branson were in Birds of a Feather. Not so much surprised at Lorraine Kelly. Oh, actually, yeah, Kilroy. I'm surprised at that one as well. I suppose they were they in like special ones? They weren't like everyday characters, were they? They were just like cameos, I assume.
Probably.
I know Les Dennis were in one at series, weren't he? One at series, or it?
I thought you were going to say he was in one of the Birds of a Feather.
Well, we wouldn't like to speculate, Matt.
Somebody had to go there.
Moving on to question 13. What was different about the 2020 Birds of a Feather Christmas special? Oh, I'll just give you all answers before we even get to questions. Pauline Quirk weren't in it.
All right.
Penultimate question coming up.
Oh, no.
Where was Pauline Quirk born?
So. Backseat of a Cortina.
In a Cortina. Hackney.
Yeah, I think it's my new soap.
So, before the final question, we've got really floppy first, which Aussie Steve can overtake. Yes. Can Oh yeah, and also Floppy Flipper can win.
You mean
And
I
then
have one?
everybody, you were hot, Matt.
You mean I have one?
You haven't won, no, unfortunately not. But you can come second. That's the highest you can get to. So, question 15. How many countries was Birds of a Feather sold to?
Not a clue. Oh, 30. Dramatic, isn't it? It's taking a long time on this one.
30 different countries. That's quite a lot, I think, for something that I would have thought would be quite a British type humour. 30 countries is quite a lot.
Indeed.
Just proves how popular it were and how broad reaching the humour in it was. Very well written.
Mm.
Right then, let's see what the leaderboard was. So, in third place we have Nickname. Well done, Matt.
Thank you very much.
Then we had Really Floppy second. And Floppy Flipper was first. I don't know what position I was in. It doesn't tell me on my phone.
I think you're sitting down.
Hey, well done. There we go. That was the quiz.
Oh, I enjoyed that one.
It was all right, weren't it? To be honest, I could have probably done with turning off the random questions thing, so it kind of made more sense on how I added the questions in on there. Let's have a look, see what else is in the chatteroonies.
That was a quiz sometimes for us.
Timmy's here. He says, "Hey, hello there. It's this guy."
Hello, Timmy.
Hello, Timmy.
Felt like going all hell and paste then and going, hello, Billy. Hello, Johnny.
I'm going to give you that as a lead into a joke there, Matt. See what you can do with that.
Oh, I get it.
I can't quite read it on my phone.
My mom stuck loads of free antivirus CDs to her living room door.
I see. I haven't got anything for that one, I'm afraid.
You've not got anything for that? Was that during COVID?
Oh, right. Unless it was just for a fashion. I was still trying to read it and just sort of quite, right. Free antivirus CDs, though. What are antivirus CDs?
What are antivirus CDs?
Yeah. As in, like, for computery things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was right. I see. I had to think then with antivirus CDs.
You know what they are.
I didn't know people still had them.
They don't. Father Ted,
everything is digital. I see.
Oh dear. Right then, let's have a go. So,
brain power on the quiz.
So I've got some more questions. Favorite soup, starting with Errol.
This is hard. I've always liked Heinz tin tomato soup. Can't go wrong with that.
That is a good basic. They do the Heinz tomato and basil one. Which is your preferred out of those two? Standard tomato or basil?
Plain.
Plain.
Yeah. Plain,
very middle of the road. What about you, Matt?
Plain, I'd go for on that. Quite like an oxtail soup as well.
Okay.
And also, someone should tell Alex's mum that it's coronavirus, not the millennium bug.
I knew you'd get there eventually.
Normally, Simon edits my jokes to make them look funny, you see, for me. But no, you've seen how long it takes, and possibly noticed that the cat will move in a minute because the heat's getting up because of the brain power that was used for that. It's returning.
So talking about soup, in fact, let me get rid of that banner that's rolling across bottom at screen because it's doing my head in. There we go. Talking about soup, what is the best drink to have on a hot day?
Ooh.
Tea or coffee?
You
Hot.
see, this is an interesting answer. I was hoping one of you'd say that because that's like an old wives' tale sort of thing, isn't it? That a hot drink makes you cool down because you sweat faster or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
We
hate
need
iced
some
coffee though
cappuccino.
and iced tea. That's just wrong.
You don't like coffee and you don't like iced tea,
Iced anything is just.
really?
It's
So you
meant to
wouldn't
be a
have
hot drink, and then you make it iced. I think that's outrageous.
outrageous. So you wouldn't have a frappuccino then?
Just a black coffee or a Americano or whatever.
I'm a big frappuccino person. I'd rather have cold coffee than hot coffee. And also, another fact, you know, when you have coffee and it makes you really need to go to the toilet because it makes your intestines work.
Yeah.
Cold brewed coffee doesn't do that, apparently.
Right.
There you go.
Oh.
Anyway, Matt, what drink would you have on a hot day? I mean, we're asking Matt. Is the purveyor of cold drinks. He used to carry them around with him every.
I do like a can of pop. Well, I'd quite like a latte, but just as it hits that perfect temperature, so you can, so it's still warm but not too. So normal coffee I can't really drink when it goes cold.
You're a
But
tepid
a latte,
drinker.
Tepid, good word.
maybe even a lemon tea. Not had one of them for a long time.
Lemon tea.
Yeah.
See that's another thing. I mean, is that a tea with lemon in it rather than milk?
Yeah, it was like, was it Lipton's or something that do it? Lipton's iced tea or something.
Oh,
in cans or bottles or something.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Julie used to drink that in France, but when she came over to England, you couldn't get the same one, apparently. I think it was sugar-free she used to get in France, but you can't get it over here. Or other way around. Something weird.
Or Chocomel. Is it Chocomel? Yeah, Chocomel, you say. Oh, but now we're going to go down the milkshake thing, aren't we, you say? And if we go to Tesco now, it's self-service only.
Isn't Chocomel the thing that they're just doing adverts for now?
Oh, I don't know, is it?
I'm sure it is. And the meme that's got that old guy that looks really confused on it. He's on the advert. I swear he is. I'll have to try and find it.
I'll have to look for that then.
Simone says, not that one, this one. Cold drinks make you more thirsty on a hot day. Wow. Question from our judge. If you, for God's sakes, if you were a fruit, what fruit would you be? I do apologize.
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Wow.
Pink grapefruit. I don't know why.
It's a weird name, that grapefruit, because grapes are tiny and grapefruits are massive.
And grapefruit is bitter, and a normal grape is sweet.
Sweet, that is true. That's another weirdness. What about you, Matt?
I suppose I'll be a peach because they're fuzzy on the outside.
And do you like that kind of feeling?
Well, my beard, isn't it?
Okay.
Because I can keep my beard.
I'd be a banana. Because I'm not really a fruit. It's a herb, apparently.
Fair enough.
That was peach tea I used to drink, not lemon. Oh, I do apologise, judge. Peach tea is the one that she couldn't get. So there we go. So I've done favourite soup. I've done drink on a hot day. Right then, sir. 1, 2. There's 4 things that I'm going to give you 2, like this or that, and you've got to say which one you prefer. Oh, and then I'll ask Dave's question. So, Saab or Volvo?
Oh,
Saab.
yeah, I was thinking Saab because like they always used to have them awesome big bumpers back in the day.
They did.
And then
They did.
some of the other stuff they did was like, was it the 900s and stuff?
Yeah.
Just had a real look about it. They didn't look like they should shift the way they did.
But they do. But they do.
Yeah.
And you like big
Good
bumpers
theory
and
as
you
well.
cannot lie.
Yes. Yeah, somewhere to sit. You don't need to take a chair. You've got a wide bumper. That's why I've added it to the. That's why I've had one on the streetwise. Gone for the store block.
Well, I'm gonna say Volvo. I'm gonna go different because I want to side with Dave, since Dave's got a Volvo.
Very true.
Rover or Vauxhall?
That's a no-brainer, Rover.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to say Vauxhall just to be awkward. Nissan or Mazda?
Mazda.
Oh,
Nissan, I think.
oh. Now
To
then,
be
where do I?
there's some nice ones like from the 80s and stuff.
Yeah, I think.
Somebody I used to fancy had a Mazda. That's probably why.
See, I'd say Nissan originally or initially because of the GTR and the Skyline and stuff, but Mazda did do the RX-7 and RX-8, and that's kind of like a really cool engine design. So I'm going to say Mazda on that one. Pingu's asked another good question. Right, this is the last car one: Toyota or Honda?
Toyota.
Oh, okay.
Easy.
How come?
Actually, if we're talking older cars, I'd probably say Honda, but the new ones definitely Toyota.
Yeah. Toyota because of that Century.
That Century.
Yeah. No, the Toyota Century thing that they did.
No.
Oh, is that big truck car thing?
Yeah, it's like the Diplomatic, whatever it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one that guy was talking to us about.
Yeah, that's swaying it for me that they do
Okay.
that. Right.
I'd have to say Honda for two reasons. Reason number one, I'm a Honda fanboy. Reason number two, Honda also did like the. I might just be putting my foot in it. Honda did the Asimo robot project where they made Asimo the robot and stuff. But I think Toyota might have had their own robot project as well, but I can't remember what it was called. And it might have been better than Asimo. So I'm still saying Honda.
Yeah, but I like Pingu's question. What are your favourite planets?
What are your favourite planets?
Mars planets, but they don't sell them anymore, do they?
Scaro.
Planets. I mean, it is a bit of a random question. What are your favourite planets? Because quite honestly, we've all only ever experienced one. So how could we really say?
I like Simone's question actually. Ford or Vauxhall from the 70s only.
James has just answered.
There, wouldn't it then?
James has just answered Pingu.
Oh, I'm thinking though now on that. The Vauxhall or the Ford from the 70s. There's the Vauxhall Viva, which was just something
Ford
different.
always.
Still Ford. Oh, Ford. See, yeah, like there is a lot of Fords I like, but I bet if I looked into it, there'd be loads of Vauxhalls I liked as well. Which one would you say, Matt?
I'm really stuck on that one because I used to quite like the Vauxhall Viva because it was just a bit of a weird kind of car. And then I can't think what the Vauxhall was that the old bloke across the road used to have. It got some weird, like it was on a P plate, 3-door hatchback thing.
Chevette.
No, it was a really like weird one or something. I can't think what it was.
Oh, was it the Mantra?
No, it wasn't that one either. It was a strange. I can't think what they were. I'll look it up and try and find it and post it eventually. But yeah, it was quite a strange one. It obviously had it since new because like, the scaffolding was up on the house for about 50 years. That was crazy. He used to pop out the roof in the middle of the night. He'd just pop out the roof and then there'd be a sheet of metal across the roof the next day where he'd taken like tiles off. And then like, the last time I saw him, I think he was 90 and he could climb the scaffolding quicker than he could walk.
Was he a spider?
Yeah, he had no ladders. Like these people came through windows and put ladders up and stuff, and he was just climbing up the scaffolding the day before. And it's like, okie dokie, I've seen you walk into your car. You shouldn't even be on your feet, mate. But yeah, there it was, just up this scaffolding. It's just wow, great.
Pingu
People
says,
are just different.
they are. Pingu says, what's your favourite cheese?
Oh,
I mean, that's assuming that you both like cheese.
Some of them.
probably. I think
I hate
Jesus.
blue cheese.
Did you say you don't like blue cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't stand blue cheese. It smells like vomit. What did you say, Matt?
I said probably Christ. Jesus Christ.
Oh, the baby Jesus, Alex.
Jesus. Mini Baby Bell. I do quite like a Mini Baby Bell.
Oh, it's really processed. I like a good master.
No, I like a Mini Baby Bell. It lasts ages. Really chewy, that red stuff.
Oh, God. Austin or Morris from the 70s. I mean, aren't they the same thing, pretty much?
I don't think Austin was born in the 70s.
Oh.
Austin or Morris from the 70s? Ooh.
Austin.
I'm going to say Morris just to be awkward.
No, I'm going to say Morris.
I'm going to say I'll go with Orr then if you're having Mostin in your... Mostin? I'm having Mostin then, clearly. I think I'd go with Morris.
Okay. Or MG. Viva HC says, James, is that the car you're trying to think of?
Oh, I think it might be, actually, yes.
Let me see if I can get a picture. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's a bit weird looking.
Yes.
Oh, no, actually, that's not what I was thinking of. Let me just share this picture, this screen. Do. Any of them? Is that it?
No, obviously I haven't. That's like really tiny on my. It's this one. Look, it's a Vauxhall Magnum.
A Vauxhall Magnum.
Yes.
I said.
Oh, did you?
Quietly.
I didn't think it was. It didn't sound like familiar, but that was it. But it was in a battered old sort of paley blue. Pretty sure it was that.
Oh, did they do a drop snoot one as well then? Look at that. So is that like the Forenza but a different shape?
Oh.
Right, let's stop looking at it before I start finding other things that I need to buy. Where did we get up to? Baby Jesus.
Hold up, no, it might not have been that. It might have actually been a Viva HC.
Ah.
I don't know. It was one of them anyway. It was a very similar shape to that, so you can see why I liked it.
Someone says Mercedes or BMW from the 60s. I can't even think of a 60s BMW.
I think I'd have to go Merc from then anyway.
BMW.
Question for Matt. Do your legs hang out the bottom of your bed or do you have an extra long bed?
I could do with an extra long bed. My feet do dangle off the end. Which wasn't a problem until I got arthritic hips. It's just like having air conditioning in the bed, you see. It's no matter how warm it is, you've always got a little bit of coolness going around, you see. Just keep your feet. It's regulating temperature. That's
there is that thing, isn't there? When you're too warm, you put your leg out of bed and it cools you down, which is really weird.
I once searched for beds and found one that was like, I think it was $3.5 grand or something for a 7-foot bed. I can't say, yeah, not bothered about sleep. But no, you can get them for about 500 quid. I found one not long ago and I was umming and ahhing. But then I thought, what do you do with sheets and everything?
Oh, yeah, because you'd have to get specialist sheets.
Yeah, hang on, you have to use normal tucky-in sheets instead of fitted lazy sheets.
I'm being attacked by a cat.
Oh, mine's loved it. Mine's gone outside.
Carrots or Jasper Carrot?
I don't know.
Definitely just carrot.
You are Errol.
I don't know what Jasper Carrot is.
Oh, Jasper Carrot. He did Golden Balls. I think was the last thing I saw him doing that quiz show on ITV.
Yeah,
He's a comedian, isn't he?
Wow.
Yeah.
He did Funky Moped. Oh, Tommy Dapper should cover Funky Moped.
Oh, God. Why not? I'm sure we can put it to him.
Well, we've been going for an hour and 20 minutes, and I think that's quite enough nonsense for anybody to cope with. So thank you for joining me, guys. I hope you've had fun, and I hope you enjoyed the quiz as well.
Yeah.
It's been fun, thank you. Sorry, I was just reading the question again there.
So I shall say bye to you both and put you both in the green room, and then I'll play an outro, and then I'll see you both in the green room in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, chat. Cheers, dude.
So thank you for watching, people. It's been a pleasure as always. Stay tuned for what may be next week or maybe the week after, or at some point in the future, another Piston Talking where we'll have other guests. And to sign you out, to leave you with tonight, what should we use? Let's go for 2 videos actually, because we missed Dave's. So we'll play Dave's and then we'll play the outro. Good night.
We've all played the quiz, now it's time to leave. He's back next week, so please don't grieve. If he shows you his wood, it means you've done some good. You can join as a member or some donate. Whatever you do helps make this channel great. Great! Do you like Tizer or elephants? This rap might now be irrelevant. Engine jams on your crumpets and elephants? What on earth am I on about?